Felicitations, my family of fledglings. And Ghost, it's so good to unsee you as well. Welcome. Happy time zone to you from me, Damien Halme. That's a gift. I'm giving you a gift of happiness. I can't do that. I can pretend to make you happy. You can tell me if it works. I chose tonight's discourse topic with the thought in mind that some of us are celebrating or will celebrate some form of holiday celebration in this month. It happens in a number of countries around the world. So this might be happening to you. Or if you're watching this on a VOD way after the fact, pretend like this happened. Or if you're from someplace where you don't celebrate, or you've purposefully chosen not to celebrate, have fun with whatever everybody else says. That's what's gonna happen. I realize and remember there's somebody. I forgot to make a note to Enshrouded tonight. Yeah. It's good to see you. It's been a few days, a few hectic, nerve-wracking days. It's an early Troa. Well, hello. That sounds like a period in the epic. What do you call the timeline that's really, really long for the Earth that includes all of the, like, Jurassic and Triassic? Like, oh, look at this fossil. It's highly detailed and shows evidence of very large Minecraft builds. I think it's early Troa era. Epic? I think an epic is a part of the timeline. I don't know what you call that type of timeline. Let's find out. Why guess? Why guess when we can just do a search and the geologic period system? Does that make sense? Oh my gosh, there's so much here to read. My mind is boggling. But this is the sort of information I want to know. Can I go to like the full eras, eons, geologic periods? What is this whole thing though called when I'm staring at all of time? Eras of geological history, geologic timescale? That might be a thing. Geological timescale. Because that one gets an abbreviation. GTS. A representation of time based on the rock record of Earth. Chronological dating using chronostratigraphy. You could have worked a better word out than that one. And geochronology, which just says time and Earth. So, I don't know if that really describes much either. Does it? Definition of standardized international units of geologic time is the responsibility of the International Commission on Stratigraphy. Bet you didn't know that commission existed. And their primary objective is to precisely define global chronostratigraphic units on a chart. Yes, to decide these things. Where early Troa fits in, who's to say? Maybe the ICS. Actually, they probably have you on their chart. tonight's topic of discourse, while we play some Enshrouded as well, is do you receive anything high frequency? This does not have to be a December holiday sort of thing. Do you receive a gift from your partner or from your family members repeatedly? And so it seems to say or seems to suggest something about not who you are, but how you're perceived. Jim, hi and welcome. It's like they've got a commission for everything nowadays. If we don't by now, I would be really surprised and kind of weirded out. Like, how do we determine what animals on the seafloor around the Mariana Trench are used for? There's probably some sort of preservation group there, or hunting group there if they're delicious, or science group there if their cells are miraculous. Everything has to have some sort of designation by now. What do you call that period of time where nothing existed except that one really weird guy? Are you saying you pre-exist time itself? Or everything else itself? I think there's a holy book in order then. That's what I would spend my time doing if I were you. All right. We are... So I want to share mine early and meaningfully. Does this one work? I have an Enshrouded scene. I can't remember if I used this one before. What is this? This whole UI is off. That's not great. It needs to be like nya, and maybe like, oh, I don't know about that. Hopefully that works. Okay. Make sure everything's up and running right. We were having real big lag issues with the last time we all popped in here. And I want to just double check and see how the hell we are doing, because the lag was bad. It was really hard to get into heavy, dangerous combat before. So there's a period of my life where I was early on in meeting Oz, and I was getting along with her family. Shocker. I'm not the guy you bring home that wows parents. For some reason, you were hungry. Oh. I don't know how to eat food. I don't remember needing to eat food in this game to not be hungry. That's unfortunate. We'll have to figure out a way to eat. I'm not well entirely yet. So I'm meeting Oz's parents. We're getting along. First few years of Oz's and my dating relationship. And things are going remarkably well. I don't know why they like me as much as they do. Her dad was a little suspicious, actually. He's like, I don't know why we like you as much as we do. And I feel kind of weird about that. I think you're pretending to be this cool, and we're going to eventually see your filthy underside. And I was like, wow, that's not a good vote of confidence. I better not mess this up. But I also wasn't pretending, so all I had to do was not be somebody different. So I was like, okay, well, I guess the stakes aren't too high here. So all I did was continue to be me, and they continued to like me, and they like me to this day, which is a shocker. It's weird, but that's where we are. So we had holidays together. We'd do, Mother's Day outings with Oz's mom, and it was just like I was part of the family. We'd do Thanksgivings together. 4th of Julys were really cool at their place. So we're doing all these holidays. And we'd do Christmas. and nobody would really know what I wanted, and I'm really bad at determining what sort of things to get me. When people ask, "Oh, you know, what would you like to see? What sort of things do you want to get? What do you have a wish list? Is there anything we could suggest for family members?" I don't know, this kind of stuff. I have no idea. So they would just shop with their hearts. Even though what I think I really settled on is I don't need gifts. I really don't need you to gift me things, please. That's kind of my answer, my general answer for everything. Please don't really actually get me gifts. But they would. And I got a lot of clothes. I think clothes feel neutral. I think clothes feel comfortable for a lot of people to give. And I was a level of poor where I would be wearing the same old ratty stuff day in and day out, which seems to suggest to folks, oh, if we got him clothes, it would benefit him because then he would wear this new thing instead of that old ratty thing, right? Earthbound fan, hello and welcome. I don't know how to eat food is a good clip. True. I don't know. Can you clip on YouTube? I've never done clipping on YouTube before. Speaking of Christmas, my mom said I got most of the things on my wish list. Ooh. Well, that's super fancy. How can you say no to that? That's the family who loves you. And so I used to get these shirts and stuff that were generally not my style, but I would just wear them because they were free. Free shirts means, you know, one less thing I have to pay for. And I would wear that one until it gets ratty, and then maybe another Christmas down the line, maybe the very next Christmas, I would get more gifts of clothes. And I knew that I wasn't a person of means. I knew when my clothes started to get ratty, how I looked, and how that portrayed me to other people around me. Oh man, I really messed this one up. And I honestly wasn't opposed to receiving any gift that reduces my overall need to buy new things. That's more money in my pocket that I can use for other stuff. Like taking Oz on a date or something. If I didn't have to buy a shirt, I could buy her a nice meal or something, you know, trade things out. But it's the shirts that I got from Oz's parents that made things weird and made me realize what it is people seem to think of me. One Halloween, I decided to enterprise on something that I'd heard a lot of people say when I was younger and when this guy was still alive. People used to randomly say to me in shopping areas, walking down the street, at a festival, in a crowd, they'd look at me and they'd say, you know, has anyone ever told you, and the answer is yes, of course they have. Has anyone ever told you you look a lot like Heath Ledger? I was like, oh, yeah, you're the 100th person this year. People used to say, based on my facial hair build, length of hair, the way the hair grows out of my head, the whole shebang, I basically look like a Wish.com version of Heath Ledger. I didn't mind. A lot of people think he's hunky. He was definitely more built than I was. So, you know, I took it as a compliment. I'm like, sure. Yeah, Heath Ledger, it's nice. So one Halloween, I decided, this was after he passed away, I decided, since a million people have said, hey, you kind of look like Heath Ledger, I thought, wouldn't it be interesting, I guess, to do a Halloween costume as one of Heath Ledger's last roles on this planet? And so I decided to dress up like the Joker from the movie The Dark Knight. Dark Knight? I think it is. Christopher Nolan's version of Batman. And slow. I hear tunes. Hi, Akumu. Thanks for joining. Most of the things on my list are just CDs. Oh, you collect CDs? Interesting. Why CDs? The other things on my list are shirts and socks. I like shirts and socks. If you spiked your hair, I could see Kiefer Sutherland from Wish. Maybe. I've never been compared to Kiefer Sutherland. Also, a great actor. I mean, he's done some fantastic stuff. I wouldn't mind that comparison either. Ugh. Every time I miss one little jump, I feel like I can't recover midway through. First thing I'm going to say to my friends after Christmas is, what did y'all cop this year? I don't know if I understand that dialect. So I decided to dress up like the Joker from The Dark Knight. Well, I didn't have, as you know, I didn't have a lot of funds. I could buy the makeup that was pretty cheap. I could not buy like the suits that he would wear in that movie. But there was a scene in that movie where he goes incognito into a hospital to go pick on Harvey Dent. And he's dressed up like a nurse, and it's ridiculous. It makes no sense why he would ever wear a disguise, let alone that one. He was disguised earlier in the movie in a way that you could barely see him in a crowd, and that made a whole lot of sense. But this one just didn't make sense. It was just for the laughs, right? Just how goofy he looked in a nurse's dress. So I bought a really lame nurse's dress at a Halloween store. And I put on the Joker makeup and green hair. And people loved it. Took lots of pictures. I went to a lot of Halloween parties that year because it was such a hit. And Oz's parents saw those pictures of me like that. And something must have like permanently wired itself in their head. They must have permanently decided D loves the Joker. He looks just like the Heath Ledger Joker. He went to so many parties like this. He embodies everything about the Joker. That's like his favorite character. In fact, the only thing I know about D out of any fandom ever is that he once dressed up as the Joker, and that must mean something immense. So I got a Christmas present of a black t-shirt with the Joker's face on it. And I was like, oh, that's a lot. Like, it's a lot to just have somebody's face on your chest all day long, especially somebody who's deceased, because this was like the Heath Ledger Joker. And it's just his face, and he's just like staring. I'm like, this says something when somebody wears a black t-shirt with the Joker's face on it in public around other people. It at least says this person is probably a big DC Comics fan, which I am not a comics fan at all. I have some few characters I like a little bit, and the characters I like, I don't even know enough about them to say I'm a fan. I really like the concept of Iron Man. I don't know his story. I've never read an Iron Man comic. I haven't watched all the Iron Man movies. I like Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, and I still haven't brought myself out to see all of him as that. There's also a blinding amount of movies to have to like afford to go out and watch them all. So, and even if somebody was like, well, I've got them all on archive on my server, you could just watch them for free. But okay, well then how do I find the time to watch that many Marvel movies and catch up? God. There's not even a reward at the end of this. I'm just doing this so I can talk and move at the same time. Oh, you know what I should be doing is like leveling up. Oh my god, I should be leveling up. Let's pick somebody else. This is not my character I even want to level up. This is just some some rando. This is who I want. Join that server. Oh, I have to put in the password again. But I did. I wore the Joker shirt around. And if people said stuff behind my back about me, whatever. It was fine. I just was a guy who sometimes wore... I wore other shirts too. It was not like just... I only had one black shirt with the Joker's face on it. Let me catch up with chat, and then we'll finish the story. I promise I will finish this story. Troas, has it been bickering with Christians to leave my birthday alone for centuries? It must suck to have to compete. Jesus doesn't care. He was born in April, but I still get prezzies on occasion because my family loves their unregulated... Do I have goods? Oh, okay. Their unregulated elderly stalker season. Ew. That's one way to put it, I guess. What I get are mostly books, art, clothes, cash, or something practical like cookware. All right. I'll be here in a minute. Cats played me? Uh-oh. What did the cats do to you? How did they play you? Curious. Hi, Rush. Good to see you. I have no snacks, so I hope that Akumu has snacks, because she's the one who usually saves me from a bad fate. Sorry, let me mute. Oh, that was awful. Oh, Earthbound. Well, okay, bye. I didn't realize EBF was already going for the night. When Kitty had long hair and grew out their beard, I thought she looked like Kiefer Sutherland from Three Musketeers. That's awesome. I haven't seen that one. I know it exists. Was that the same one as the one that had Tim Curry in it? Was Tim Curry in one of the Three Musketeers? Am I making shit up? I don't remember now. I also like vinyl records. Interesting. I'm curious about CDs. Like vinyl, I hear adds a warmth and a texture to music, but I wonder what it is about CDs. Like, why would you want to listen to a CD? When vinyls age, they get more distinct with those sound profile elements too. Oh, can I not? Never mind. I guess I don't need to do it on that side. But when CDs get old, they get bad, right? They skip around and stuff and sometimes lock up. Is that guy actually literally fighting me? Can you walk into like level 5 territory and get aggro in this game? I would have thought the enemies would just be like, oh no, you know what? This guy is a god compared to us. I'm just going to cower and hope that, yeah, they're actually like... trying to attack me and stuff. Wow, that's rude. Super rude. Yeah, I don't know what aged CDs do. I could see maybe owning a CD and never opening it and just say, hey, I've got this collector item. It is a CD. It's a CD of my favorite band's music. And I will never open it. I will resell it when I'm retiring. Or something like that. Yeah. Anyway, I was still reading Tro's comment on the other side. My apologies. What I get mostly are books, art, clothes, cash, or something practical. Oh, I did read that already. I forgot. For some reason, I thought I hadn't finished reading that. I has candy, of course. I think that counts. Rush alone can tell us. I have cookie ice cream sandwiches and chimkin wings. Oh, and Snickers ice cream bars. Dang. Rush, I hope that hooks you up because that's a lot. That's a lot of stuff. Hopping in VC. Should we hop into... Oz is in a VC all by herself. Do you want to go poke in on her? Well, I still have a story to tell. I shouldn't pop in on her. Hi, you can hear my story live and not on stream delay. And cheesecake. Troa. My goodness, you were just spoiling Rash.
That's okay. I can use the break from being the snack person.
Yeah, it shouldn't always be you.
No, I just usually have snacks on hand.
That does help. I'd be in danger if I had snacks while playing, because I would just eat them. And then, I don't know, probably balloon up to twice my size. So, yeah, I used to wear this one Joker shirt. Well, I wore it enough times, and I especially wore it around Oz's parents to be like, look, you gave me this shirt, and I wear it. See, I appreciate when you give me Christmas gifts, because what I do is wear the things that you give me. And that rewired them some more. So at first, they must have just thought, oh, D likes the Joker. He's into comics, and this is his favorite character, and he dressed up like this is Halloween. We're just going to give him a Joker shirt. But then they did it again and again, and it was starting to get really weird. I was building a collection of black t-shirts specifically with various eras of Joker from games I hadn't played, like Arkham Asylum, and just getting to be too much. And I think the nail in the coffin really was when the movie The Joker came out with Joaquin Phoenix, and he had such terrible mental health. He was such an awful person that I didn't want anybody thinking that I was an advocate for, or even worse, like obsessed with the Joker. It made me nervous, and I started to get weird about how everybody kept wanting to give me gifts related to the Joker. I was like, why? What is it that you think of me? What sort of person do you think I am? That I'm completely Joker-centric. It was right around then I really put my foot down. I was like, hey, if you're thinking about getting me gifts for Christmas, probably don't. If you really can't help yourself, probably never clothes. I just no clothes, period. I don't know what else to even suggest, but take clothes out of your roster of things that you think you could give me. Just pretend like that's not even an option. I felt like I was being perceived as an edgelord. Hey, Jam. Welcome on in. You sound better. I am better. I am not all better, but I'm certainly better than I was. Yeah. Whatever this thing was, I usually get sick. If I do get sick, I'll get sick for a couple days, and then I'll bounce out of it. Back to normal. But this one has really lasted like a week. And that's weird. Also, I was having the weird nerve pains. Did I mention that in the last stream? Weird nerve pains and stuff.
Don't know, I wasn't there.
Oh. I thought these guys liked us. The little wisps. They're shooting at me. Aren't we buddies?
I want to say I vaguely remember them shooting at us, but it's been a while.
I got experience for smacking at them. I only got one, though.
Yeah, not worth it for killing all of them.
Yeah, one of the weirdest nerve things is one of my arms just lost strength. It hurt, and I couldn't like pick up anything heavy. I could just hold things in it. And so I had to one arm when one of the kids wanted to be picked up, or they were being unruly and needed to be moved somewhere manually. It's like, oh, good. Well, I've got my strong arm, and this arm can wave at you or something. I don't know. Can't do anything with it. My little brother is as much a sensualist as I am, so he'll like send me silk or satin PJs. Oh, nice. Good brother. Or microfiber fuzzy slippers and such. That's posh. Never owned anything so so posh as that. Very cool. I'm sorry. I didn't mean this. Please don't. Please don't gang up on me. Ow. Oh wait, I'm a tank. That's fine. Those definitely don't mind. I would not mind things that made me feel like I had a higher quality of life. Like I live a little bit richer than everybody else does. Or I take care of myself in ways that are better than everyone else. Although there's a certain aesthetic I like. So if it's really, really comfy, like really comfy, but it looks like I got it off of Temu, I probably wouldn't want to wear it. I like to look like a baron from, I don't know, eras before the American Revolution, but not as far back as like the Renaissance. There's like a certain era that I need to do some research to find exactly what I feel speaks to me. But it's not modern stuff. I don't like wearing things that just look like consumer trash. Oz was right. You are sounding much better. I think so. I definitely, a lot of the scraggly part of my voice is gone away. Can I smack you? You are far too high for me to smack. Can you come down? Let's fight mano a mano. Oh, I'm having trouble with this in the trees. Also, grats on the 3 stream streak. I'm sorry that Oz and I missed the memo as far as hanging out with the free company on Tuesday. I thought we were all going to be doing a Juno raid again, and then when nobody else was doing it, I felt lost and sad. Well, I didn't feel lost. Lost is in North Carolina. So.
You could have reached out to me because I was game to do it. I was free.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah.
I just thought everybody was together in the same thing.
No, I can't do a hiatus.
Yeah, we're still stuck in something. Pyros, I think.
You're ahead of me.
Okay. I don't feel so bad then.
Wow. Okay.
I think the big thing with the Eureka stuff is if we don't have like a full group to do the challenge logs. Oz feels this way, and I kind of feel this way a little bit too. It kind of sucks to go through all the challenge log stuff as a smaller group.
It sucks doing it by yourself, but
Oh yeah, I tried doing it by myself and it was awful.
it's longer. But you can get it done. There you are.
Okay, probably won't fight those guys anymore because that was not worth it.
Oh, the cats played me.
Yeah, what happened there?
So, after getting off Discord and playing games with my brother since he had to go to bed, went around, checked on the little, made sure fiance had everything he needed, and locate the cats. Well, I couldn't find either of them. In their normal spots and their non-normal spots, I could not find them whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And I checked every room twice. So I had to shake a container of treats. And here they both come running.
Okay.
So I therefore had to give them treats. So yeah, I think I got played.
Sounds like it.
It really scared me because, I mean, They're okay at night, but I had no idea where they went.
Cats are smarter than people give them credit for because they will do stuff like that. They will learn how to manipulate and exploit you. The one thing that I'm pleased with is that our cats are kind of dumb as rocks. They have like dog brain. Kay literally just wants to be on the back porch 24/7, but we don't have facilities for her out there and it gets way too cold. So we don't let her out, and all she does when she sees us is tries to lead us to the door to the back porch every time, every day. And she doesn't learn or get better. She just does the same one trick every day. Like, I'm okay with that. But your cat sounds smarter than that.
Mm-hmm. Like, my, bigger cat, she actually gives a warning meow if my little is being too rough with her.
Oh.
The little one doesn't do that yet.
I see. So just instant aggro.
Which bigger kitty grew up on the streets.
I see.
Proof of that is her broken tooth. But so yeah. They're as smart as can be.
Troa says some of my crystal decanters were from friends for the Christmas things too. Oh, very nice. Have you considered the Gilded Age? That was a bit of a vamp / steampunk vibe. Seems like it'd suit you. Do you know what era the vampires from Interview with the Vampire are supposed to be from? I think I read an article somewhere that was supposed to be... What's the word I'm looking for? Georgian? The Georgian era? Precedes Victorian and all. I mean, it's in the 1700s. Kind of before American Revolution times. There's like early, mid, and late Georgian. And I think mid was sort of like a sweet spot between looking really, really frilly and looking completely buttoned down and serious and boring. I don't like serious and boring, but I don't need to look like it takes me an hour and 5 servants to dress me. Makes sense. And I have no qualms about looking asynchronous in public. So if somebody were to say like, "Oh, it looks like you're cosplaying" or something, I don't care. I don't care what people say. Okay, this character is significantly more effective at combat than my builder, which I erroneously went out with everybody last week and played as my builder in combat. Gregorian? I don't think Gregorian and Georgian are the same eras. I believe they're quite different eras. And isn't it Gregorian? Grig? Or Greg? Now you have me questioning. I think it's Grig. Whoa, whoa. That guy's a flamethrower. Those are new. Can you stop with that for a second? I don't know what I can do against that. I'm hoping if I just go relentless on them, it will leave the fire out of this. No. No. Oh, Lord. Kit! One of my favorite intros next to Akumu's. And Troa's full screen effect. What was that?
My aunt would love her for that intro.
like this. You hurt. Okay, bye. Let's see. Mid-Georgian was from 1750 to 1800, so that'd be in line with her books. It's a bit more coiffed and lacy than the Gilded Age, but similar in a few ways, too. Okay. 1791 is when Anne Rice said it. Interesting. High-waisted, 13-button pants and such. That sounds up my alley. That's when Louis was turned by Lestat. Gotcha. So that would kind of be like a permanent look. I guess not every vampire has to stay looking a certain way, but the lore seems to suggest that that happens often. Looks like you're dead on, D. That'd be mid-Georgian. Well, what do you know? I guess I know something off the top of my head. I was like, I don't think I really understand what it is I'm looking for. And then I just randomly spout something. Could be this. I think that's just like, you ever like fill your brain with so many facts that primal knowledge sometimes randomly comes out and you didn't expect it?
Yep.
Thank you for sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Lestat was turned in Georgian era, right? Louis was turned in Louisiana in the 17th century. They have a whole 100 years between them. There are interesting lore of vampires that relate to bloodlines and generations. And I always found it fascinating to read about stories of, like, how many generations down are you and what that makes of your powers. Like, there's one lore based around the White Wolf role-playing game series of books that suggests that the closer you are to the original vampire, who they labeled as Cain in the biblical Cain and Abel stories, the closer you were to Cain in your lineage, the stronger a vampire you were. So if you were just some modern dude in the era of cell phones and fast cars, you probably weren't really vampiric. You were just some schmuck. Oh, that's Deadly Shroud. Whoops. Okay. Well, we don't go in that cave, I guess. Never mind. Lestat was long before. 1791 would be 18th century. Oh, yeah. Sorry, not Lestat. When was Louis? Or Lestat was the older one. Sorry. Yeah. Gilded Age is about 100 years later. Oh, the mid 1800s. Yeah, I don't know. There's an era called is it the Enlightenment? I have to question all these things because I'm really bad at history. So I didn't pay enough attention in any of my history classes, and it was just a late in life interest that developed in me to learn anything about anything. But I think it was called the Enlightenment, where a bunch of stuffy old Western men decided that being frilly and looking like you liked fine things was against the concepts of masculinity, and they decided they only stood for reason, critical thinking, existing to better the stations of humankind, and literally nothing else. They weren't there for love or arts or luxuries. They only existed as a brain, which sounds like super edgelord and cringe. They absolutely sounded like the Sigma males of that era, where it's just like they tried to make their own version of what reality needed to be and what masculinity was. But for some reason, they were really successful at passing their ideology along. And so a bunch of other people started to agree with them. And next thing you know, everybody's dressing down in like blacks, browns, and blues and hiding anything that would look interesting or designer about being a male because that wasn't what being a man was about. And that's pretty much where I nope out of men's fashion. Everything from that point on, including like Victorian. I used to tell people like, oh, height of fashion for me would be Victorian goth. And then I really looked into Victorian culture. I'm like, it's kind of really empty of pretty things. I changed my mind. Gilded Age is like an American history concept. Enlightenment is a European education improvement. Yeah, but it's also, unfortunately, a fashion trend that I think sucks. I was wrong. 1781 was Lestat turning, according to Le Google. Oh, thanks for the double check. I like to be technically correct at all times. Enlightenment is a larger window, 1600 to early 1800. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I suppose changing all of men's fashion couldn't have happened in the course of a few men's lifetimes. But I also think that it is the Enlightenment principles which are to blame for removing pretty clothes from men's fashion, just making men look like brown and blue thumbs in the world.
We have milk.
What was that?
We have milk.
Milk. Oh, from the goat?
Yep.
Nice. Already paying off.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
I found a goat farm. So if we need more goats. Oh no. How did you get that goat? Never mind. I don't have to know.
I can show you. I just gotta find you. Oh, you're all the way over there.
Yeah. I'm exploring the same areas that you all, well, I say you all. I was there with you. My other character plus you all went out and did that content. Yeah. Don't fly away.
Well, once you're done with that, I can teach you.
Okay. Is Oz quitting out of Steam? What's going on? I would love it if you came down to Earth with me. I'm not an archer and it shows. Oh, crap. Jeez. I need a wood to repair.
Okay. Possible emo phase redeem.
Oh, emo phase. Oh.
Someone said they had 18k and that's the highest redeem she's got.
Yeah, that sounds right. Oz's emo phase, for those of you that do not watch her channel, is she goes back into her high school and college writings, finds an appropriately cringy poem or short story or lyrics to a song, and she reads them out loud on stream. So everybody knows what emo phase Oz was like. Which is also around the time that I started to court her, so I know that era of her very well. And I'll be the first to say it. She shared her writings with me, and it was a bonding point between us. So those cringy writings that she's using for comedic entertainment value on stream right now are also part of what started our relationship.
Okay, so I need to go get more food.
I would love if you fought down here with me. Oh, can't you grapple enemies now? Or do you need like a skill for that?
Oh yeah.
I don't see a way to use a grapple in combat. What I can do is maybe lure this guy into a place he can't see me.
You can, but it might need the higher quality.
Oh, gotcha. If I hide behind this rock, will you come down here with me? Oh, buddy. I don't think I'm winning this. Every time I dodge, it like bumps me way out of the way. I'm just gonna go hide somewhere. Well away from the ice. I love this new emote. Oh, I forgot to say. Yeah, we're still filling the professional emoji donation bar, as you can see. And that bar is getting well full. A new Wednesday has dawned. That's today. Every new Wednesday, I'll put another new emoji that you all have unlocked onto the Discord server and onto Twitch. And one day onto YouTube when we have all the emoji slots unlocked. But we're not there yet. Ew. Oh, it's still hitting me. Rude. Oh. Collecting every dragon now. This is not ideal. Can the dragons not come in here? Oh, that's fun. And so the new emote unlocked today is the devious emote, which I love. I loved planning it. I loved working with the artistic ideas to create this one. I think it serves my personality really well. Oh, God, he made it in. Hi, buddy.
Now you can kill it.
In theory. It seems to be glitchy. But yeah, we still have more unlocks, so every Wednesday for the foreseeable future. Keep coming back, and you'll see a new one added to the rosters. Oh man, I can't even tell if I'm hitting him. I think I'm just hitting the ground underneath. Now you're stuck. Oh, he's not stuck. How do I make this happen so that I attack up at you? Do a lot of not swinging up. Speaking of men's fashion, I'm in a hard spot. I started to read just as I thought I was safe. Okay. Ugh, I'm actually safe. These things are not fun to fight as a warrior. My son's 19. His style leans towards accessories and makeup, which I personally do not care. Nail polish, lipstick, giant hoop earrings, knock yourself out, express yourself. On the other hand, we live in the South. I know what he's going to hear and how people are going to treat him. I catch myself being less supportive at times because I don't want him to experience those people. Hello.
Oh.
I think I'm most worried about the people who in my youth would kill someone over a little nail polish. It's terrifying as his mom. I think not being supportive and putting things into context are two different tactics. And I think if, as long as what you're expressing is, this is what I think you might encounter out there, and I want you to be safe, that's a lot different messaging than saying, I don't really want you wearing that, or I'm not really supporting you wearing that.
What are we talking about?
Kit's 19-year-old son wearing fashion that could be considered triggering for some people in that region of the country.
Gotcha.
Traditionalist sorts that believe that they know what a 19-year-old male ought to dress like.
Gotcha. Would you like a Beastmaster with you?
I really would. This place is awful trying to do it without. There are so many dragons. I am not into Imagine Dragons. Can we... I think, too, I just don't know my aerial combat moves that well.
Gotcha.
But I found a nice cave I can kind of trap them
I'm familiar with where you're at.
in. Yeah.
There is a server called David's Butthole.
Mm.
Difficult.
What if they stacked just like 8 flame altars on top of each other, like Z-axis style, and the top is just like a bunch of carved stone to look like a big pucker, and then it's just like it just goes down and down and down.
Indeed, I can't join you unless you're actually visible.
Oh, and you can't see the server on your list?
I usually can't.
Give me 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
Why do you go in this?
I don't like being perceived.
Even by your friends or your wife?
I don't know how to do it so you only have friends and wife perception.
Where is Nico and the Lost, by the way?
I don't know. Lost's answer didn't say whether he would or would not join or really give much of any indication, and Nico did not reply to the thread.
Nico was busy at the time.
Okay.
I'm assuming house planning stuff.
House planning?
And 14.
Rats.
I was always more of a Bowling Pursuit fan. Imagine Dragons is meh.
I agree.
I have friends, but they usually have obligations to their actual family, but I manage. Hi, D. Oh, my. You know what, Kale? One of these times, we're just going to have to set up having, like, inviting people to a neutral space to just come and have Christmas together.
That'd be nice.
Like, the people that, like, you know, have, you know, families that are far, or obligations that are far, or like their friends have obligations
they don't talk to.
Yeah, like they don't have a blood family that they really relate with, or that they've, you know, set serious boundaries. Yeah. It'd be kind of nice to just do it like maybe right after the holidays, so that travel isn't an automatic.
Yeah, make Christmas when you want.
Yeah, like mid-January or something. Kind of like doing a Friendsgiving, but Friendsgiving is also tricky.
Miss. Friends miss online. I have no idea what I'm doing right now.
Kit says, I plan to sit down with him tomorrow and talk about it better, let him know I'm supporting his rights to fashion. But I'm also his mom, and I'm more aware of the crap he is going to encounter than he has, since he hasn't been out in the world yet. Yeah. I think that's honestly the best way to put it. Just say, you know, here's my thoughts on who you are, and here's the sort of people I've encountered and what their thoughts on who you have been in the past. That's not a guarantee he's going to face adversity exclusively or at all, but it's better to be prepared for the people that would react the worst and just know what you might be up against in order to move forward accordingly. And it's also, I think, nice to know that no matter how it is that he decides to go out and about, even if he decides, you know, maybe it's better and safer to just be another head in the crowd, nothing controversial, nothing surprising or weird to other people, that he still feels supported at home and can at least in his own house express himself the way he wants to, knowing that you all aren't going to be the way that the greater world is.
Yeah. Heard you were doing Callisto Protocol earlier, so I didn't swing by until now. The game is spooky. Okay, the game is spooky, but the fight style is honestly the worst fight style I've seen in a very long time. So bad that I stopped playing the game, and I don't think I'm going to continue playing it.
Oh.
That, and I heard that, like, the game has some, like, points of, like, oh, that's interesting, but mostly it's not good.
That's a shame.
Yeah. Must be asked to join the universe soon. Have you enjoyed your present? I absolutely have enjoyed my present, Kale. Thank you so much again. Hey, D.
Yeah.
You want to meet up?
Yeah. If you want to come to me, I'm where we all last left off.
I am at the tower that I have to fly from.
Mm-hmm. He definitely has a view of how the world is that I think is going to be a very rude awakening. I mean, yeah, it doesn't hurt to just say, hey, I've experienced different things, and there's no guarantee you'll meet the sort of people I've met, but I've met them, so I'm not making them up. And also that if you are supportive of the way he wants to look, you have no motivation to make those people up.
Yeah.
So he might be like, oh, they're not all like that. You're like, oh, well, okay. It's not like,
I don't know what to tell you.
not
but
like I want to tell these stories about this sort of people and fabricate them to keep you, like, under my wing or something.
Yeah.
He has to learn the lessons himself. Sometimes it comes down to that.
Yeah, sometimes it does. I'm like you can, as a parent, you can do your best to try to like shelter your kids from certain lessons. They don't really like need to go into the world and learn. They just, it's kind of like that unnecessary heartache.
Yeah.
But there are just some things that they have to figure out, and because you never know, their end result might be different because they might fall into just the right crowd where they don't experience that same.
True.
But it's always best to have that conversation just so they are prepared. They feel like they have, you are giving them tools to approach situations the best that they can.
Yeah. That, and I think one of the best gifts you can give a late teenager is to let them know that you haven't forgotten what it's like to be that age.
Yeah.
Because one of the weirdest phenomena that I remember when I was that age was that the adults I spoke with had completely either forgotten what teenage years were like, or their teenage years were incomparable to mine. And so, like, they just lived such a different experience. So, oh yeah, when I was your age, I was way into this, or the world did this, or everyone in my town was like this. I'm like, are we just living completely different lives? Some of that was true. Socioeconomically, my family did the reverse than that a lot do. Usually you stay in this country a while and you build up wealth and help, and you pass that down, and younger generations have it a little bit easier and a little bit easier. But that was, for some of my family members, the reverse situation where they had things. Well, I think a lot of us are experiencing that now, where the boomer generation definitely got off scot-free in a number of ways that we're all not nearly as successful or have things nearly as easy as they did.
Alright, I am still heading north.
Oh God.
Stop dying.
I don't know if I can. Okay. That guy had like fire swords.
Dang.
He took one hit at me and suddenly my health was just precipitously dropping on its own. Oh God. Oh, hi, new friend. Oh, shoot, I'm using up bandages. His ideas on the workforce and life in general are very sheltered and shaped by what he's seen on the internet that's appealed to his worldview. Ah, he has a very good echo chamber. Does he know about echo chambers and how to break them? I bet if he made like new accounts or created a different algorithm than the one that he's fabricated, he'd start to see different things about the world. There's nothing more telling than starting to follow interests that are the opposite of what you've always followed for the sake of learning what the algo drives into the hearts of other people.
Yep.
Because then you really start to understand why some folks believe the batshit crazy stuff that they do.
Echo chambers are a hell of a drug.
Yeah. He will talk to me about things like credit cards and money and politics and look at me like I'm too out of touch to understand. Sir, who do you think handles the money and credit and has been following the news longer than you've been alive? What? And maybe, I don't know what kind of relationship you have, because this can take a lot of time and patience between you two to do this sort of thing. But I wonder what it would be like if you were to address any of those concerns. Like, okay, well, tell me one way in which you think my view of credit is kind of flawed or old-fashioned, and let's do a little bit of research online and just go to, like, you know, very neutral websites, nothing like related to news or policy, but just like Investopedia, which is just like a Wikipedia for money and finance and stuff like that. And you know, let's educate ourselves on the matter and see what's up. Maybe something like that. My parents' lives and personalities were so wildly different from mine that similarity of experience was never something we relied on when we talked. We looked for similarity in talents or intent. That's not a bad place to start. Similarity of intent is a good bridging gap. I'll wager that more of the hot topics that we encounter in our modern lives could be directly addressed by talking about intent. Not just what intents you share, but also the mismanagement of what you think other people's intent is. Because I hear a lot of people unfairly represent their opponents. Well, you're all just wanting this, or you're all just fighting for this. And it's, you know, really fabricated, dumb bullshit.
Alright, it's suddenly very fucking dark.
Yep. Also, I see your nameplate.
I see yours.
And I see the night moving, which is very welcomed. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Akuma.
It won't be as quick, but it's something.
20%, 20 times is better than 1 times.
True.
20 times in heaven is better than 1 time in heaven.
Oh, God.
Minecraft has taught me well.
Yes.
Hello. Hello there.
Hello there. He's like his dad, who was the exact same at this age. Hub says he's going to have to hit the reality wall to feel it. Sen and I talk a lot about pretty much everything. He's always been one to had to see himself to believe it. I see.
Oh god, I hope the boss ain't back. Be careful, guys.
Yeah, I know where we are. We'll see.
I mean, I have a tank with me now, so.
This is true, you do. Well,
Instead
if
of a whole bunch of squishies.
you want to try to lure somebody out, because I'd rather try to fight them
One by
out
one.
here than go in there and stir the whole beehive. Look at how much easier it is with a tank. Having the morality debate kid ended up being a big bonus in the long run. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
there's the boss. Well.
And I'm out of arrows.
Oh, really? That's not good. Oh, my shield. Jeez, this guy just shield breaks on a whim. Okay. Now that I've gotten rid of the other guy, let me tank this guy. Oof. Oof. He burns. Oh, yeah, he burns. Uh-oh, I'm
shit.
done. That fire just eats right through my health. Like, super fast.
try to come get you as I can.
That's fine. It gives me a chance to catch up on chat. Such an age gap between them and their youngest children. I could see that being. Do you feel like you were a mediator in conflicts, or were able to take opposing sides, even if it wasn't your side, because of your expertise in that field? Thank you. I'm hungry. Okay.
Ah!
What's happening to you? Ow! God.
Oh, buddy.
Thank you for bringing the kitty over to me. Okay.
I didn't mean to.
It's okay. It just came over my shoulder and bodied me. We had an acquaintance ask why he hadn't moved out of the house. That he couldn't get privacy at home. What if he brought a girl home? I told the guy I didn't care if he brought a mixed gender orgy home, as long as he used his key to get in the house and shut his door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real.
That's fair. That and 19's a little young. Like, if you're talking about an era where he goes with his pluck, shakes the hand of somebody down the street and says, hey, I'm the best person you can hire for this job. And the guy says, wow, you're right. I'm going to give you a living wage right now where you can afford a house. And he goes, wow, thanks, boss. And then he goes off and he puts down an offer on a place down the street from you, and gets accepted, and he's able to make payments, and there's no threat of job insecurity, and if he stays there 25 years, he gets a pension. Then, sure, 19's a great age to move out. I just don't think we live in that world. What? Hello? Eternal chain lightning?
Ooh,
Me wanty. Not
Right.
this guy, but
I'm breaking shit and getting these drops.
you're good. I told them all, keep it safe, sane, and enthusiastically consensual. Beyond that, mom and dad don't care. Yeah.
Yep. Beyond that, it's really not our business.
Yeah.
If they're being safe with their body, safe with other people's body, and safe with other people's, mental well-being, I couldn't care less.
Yeah. And honestly, don't really want to know.
I don't really either.
Like,
As much as, kids are like, ew, I don't want to hear about my parents. Whatever.
Watch out, Kitty's still right there. Kitty has not left me. Goodbye. And the other guy came out. The boss and the kitty are both on top of me. Should I just respawn?
It's so far.
I know. Would that there is a way to port here. Is that not a tower like right by us?
It is.
No, we should be doing that instead of fighting here. If you can find a way to get my body from here, then I say let's just beeline it for that.
I need arrows.
Okay. Rush says, Kit, best to mom. I agree.
Yes, absolutely. I was trying to find arrows in the buildings, and I just ended up finding more enemies.
Gotcha. Tro says, by learning how to talk to me, they found new ways to communicate with my sibs. I love that.
Nice.
Rather than let ourselves beat our heads against the wall, I showed them other ways to convey their ideas in a way that didn't just infuriate me. I would also do the devil's advocate bit if a sib wanted me in on the conversation, which happened a lot. I love that. I took that role a lot, up to the point where some friends got really frustrated, and I even lost a friendship or two doing that because I was a little too cringy in that direction for a while when I was still learning how. But now I feel like I'm a better devil's advocate for the most part. Yeah, they are just camping me.
Well, hold on.
Okay. Although the boss maybe stuck. Because the last time the boss got on a crenellation, they were stuck.
That boss is a good boss.
Yeah. I'd say go for the kitty first, because the kitty is not stuck. The boss's health will respawn too if they are truly stuck. Let me tell you, when your kid comes to you and has questions about masturbation, you have to suck up the cringe and plaster a smile on to teach positive health. Yeah, I think it also helps us as people realize that all people, including the ones that we created in this world, are human, and they're all gonna have their own little human needs. So when they have questions about, you know, can I show you a mark on my body, or like, why does my butthole do this, or I was comparing this body part with a friend of mine's and why does mine look different, and I was trying this out with my partner and we got stuck, and what's a better, like all those questions. If your kid's coming to you and asking you those questions, that means that there's a good amount of trust there. That means you're doing something right.
Yeah. I should catch up on chat, by the way.
Oh, go ahead.
D mentioned, so Kennedy says D mentioned that one of the biggest things you can do is remind a teenager that you remember being that age. Hit me kind of hard. Trauma has wiped most of that for me. I hope this kid gets help, though. Sounds like this kid is a little hard-headed. Also, that is not a friendly kitty. No. Sketchy Irishman says, is this game any good? Absolutely it is. It's a little bit stuttery and glitchy sometimes, but it's honestly good. And thank you, Pika
And
for the
grindy.
hydrate. Yes,
Very
it's very
grindy.
grindy. Thank you. How you doing, Pika Mika? How you feeling? Where you at, D?
I'm angling toward that tower. If you look on the map, I'm just east of you, out of Rothstep, because it's dangerous. And Kit replies, my son is monumentally hard-headed. Also, Troa agrees mediator would be a good way to put it. Yeah, I feel like I wanted to be that in my family and started down that path. And then we moved. Yeah, this game is basically just a multiplayer Breath of the Wild.
Amethyst.
Hey. Are you in this cave passage?
No, I'm up above on the ridge.
Oh, I want to join you. I don't want to be in the cave without you.
That makes me very happy.
You're on the ridge above? How'd you get up there?
I flew.
Oh, okay. I could do that, I think. I can't
When in
remember.
doubt, fly it out.
Alive somewhat. You know what?
Oh, God.
Alive is better than not. I'm glad to hear that you are still feeling alive.
I see you up there.
All right.
That's another thing.
Thank you, Akumo.
I'm right as the mail.
Now, did you bring the water?
It's part of a cadence for me getting ready now. Instead
But he
of
doesn't use his old container anymore because it's icky.
I sent
Yeah.
Akumo a picture of what happened. Yeah, it's a shame.
Ooh. Wait, is that like a cave?
Whoa. I went, oh, no.
Whoa! I fell into a geode.
I'm getting
my
stuck
God.
in the world.
That's awesome. It's mine again.
Oh, my God.
Right.
Thankfully, his sisters have proven much more reasonable. I couldn't do 2 or 3 of them like that. Yeah. feel
Many
monumentally
flavors of child.
stuck right now.
Many flavors of human.
Mm-hmm.
Level 26.
Congrats. I'm just staring at my own butt wiggling on the screen. I'd love for a different angle.
Nah, keep that angle.
Stop.
Keep that angle.
More milk.
Okay, I don't have rested. It's just taking me a little extra minute to do things.
You're fine. I mean, how dare? How dare?
I'm trying to get up to you, but I'm stuck behind some monumental cliffs.
No, you're fine.
Uh-oh. No. Almost fell off. Yeah, the fact is we all have weird, awkward questions, and I don't think all of us have somebody to ask those questions of. I remember the first time I tried that with my mom. I was like, hey, Mom, I read this word in a book. Can you explain to me what that is? I had no idea I was asking for something awkward from her, and she showed me at a very early age that she was very awkward with anything that was awkward. She was not the person that could put that all aside and be like, all right, let's have a frank conversation.
No.
She was like, I do not want a
She's
frank
just like-
conversation. Let's not go there. Let's pretend you never asked that question.
Woo! There you are.
Oof. That was rough. Why are you going west? Away from
This
the
is
tower?
a cave passage.
You mining a mountain
And
again?
actually-
Maybe.
And actually, the ancient obelisk is actually a tower, like an ancient spire. Is that what you're looking for?
The tower that's right there. It looks like one of the spires, right?
Potentially, yeah.
I want to go check it out, because if it is, then we can just port here.
I'm just wanting to make sure what this is.
Mm-hmm.